friends. Hello, friends of Poverty Fighters Squad, friends of this channel. Hello, my people. This is Reflections with Otunba Adeleye. I welcome you to today's program. I want to tell you that the battle that we are fighting against poverty, we are winning because you are there. You are watching us, we are getting your feedback, and all over the world, they now know that Nigeria has stood up to fight against poverty, and all the support required, we are getting it. We thank you very much. As you know, on this channel, those who have been with me in the past months, our main campaign is to see how we can elevate our people from the lowest rung of poverty. Because we always tell you and remind you that the label on Nigeria being called the poorest capital city of the world is not something that we want to take with what they call kid gloves. We are very serious about this war against poverty. We are doing our own way. We can do more. And we are encouraging everybody to be part of this war. It's a war because you cannot be a gentleman and see poverty run you down. So you need to stand up, you need to be militant about it, you need to be more serious than just being, unconcerned about it. We want to encourage all Nigerians and friends of Nigeria to always look for a way to lift people out of poverty. We, as a group, that is the Ikeja Chamber of Commerce, Industries and Agriculture, with the second name as Poverty Fighter Squad, are resolved to ensure that the best comes to our people as Nigerians. We are happy that you are there with us. We are happy that God is here with all of us. Today, you are going to get one of the best hits on this program as far as poverty fighting is concerned. Conscious of the fact that the main leader, the main marshal in this group, that is the president of Ikeja Chamber of Commerce, Industry and Agriculture, in person of Dr. Ambassador Edward Eyitayo Olutoke, PhD, is going to take you on a journey of how every one of us can get out of poverty. A recent event where he was invited to unveil the constitution of the National Alternative Youth Council. The National Alternative Youth Council is a group of young Nigerians who are looking for how their lives can be better, regardless of what the government is doing. In my last episode, I've explained to you that every Nigerian today is a government to himself. And this had made it possible for the non-state actors to take over certain areas of our livelihood. Some have taken into banditry, some have taken into kidnapping, some have taken into ritual killings, some have taken into outright robbery And of course, fraud is very, very prevalent in the government palace. Every day you hear about huge corruption, huge money being taken away by individuals. And still, we have this same problem with our Nigerian youth who are back home here. Interestingly, all these public office holders, be it political, be it by appointment, most of them do not have their children here in Nigeria. And ASU, that is the Association of University Lecturers in Nigeria, they have been on strike now. Today makes the 74th day that they have been on strike. The NLC is threatening to do a national 3-day strike now in sympathy with ASU. Can you just imagine a country on rest? How will that country progress? Each day we are missing each day, we are missing each year. All we need here, all we hear here in Nigeria is all about politics, politics, politics. They are more busy, they are busier looking for positions, seeking positions, bringing huge sums of money, such as asking people to come and pay 100 million naira to collect forms. That will be for another day. I've discussed it earlier on. We have other very serious information. But today, you have the opportunity to meet with the marshal, the senior field marshal of poverty fighting group in Nigeria and worldwide, in person of Dr. Edward Eyitayo Olutoke, a young Nigerian, a philanthropist, a man with a big heart, a lion heart, a man who has space in his heart to occupy so many people, so many other people, unknown people. They are not his family. This is a man that God has provided for us in this generation. I don't know if some people have heard about an organization called Givers Chapter. This is a congregation of people. This same gentleman, this young Nigerian, has been able to go around giving people succor in their different lives. I won't say much. Just listen to what he said at the occasion of an event of the unveiling of the Constitution of the National Youth Alternative Council of Nigeria. Happy listening.
Medicine. Then we're here this afternoon to charge ourselves. Nothing else. It's just to get you angry with yourself. Get you angry with the level you are right now. And I will make an attempt to just make it short. Like how many minutes do I have? Because I've already spent doing Atlanta. Which is some of us are born in Atlanta. My father was in Atlanta, he died. He handed over to us between Atlanta. Everything in this country is Atlanta. Hello. You have to struggle to go to school. Yes. You struggle to stay in the school. You struggle to graduate from the school. You struggle to get the job after the school. You struggle to marry. You struggle to feed the family. In actual fact, you struggle to die. And that's how the nation is structured. But you know what? We all keep accepting that madness. And that's why it continues like that. Because the song is always struggle continues. When will the struggle stop? When will the struggle stop? So there must be an end point to all of this. Your Excellencies, let me stand on the existing protocol as established. My name is Egodu Lutoke. I'm Ambassador Dr. Egodu Lutoke. I'm the President of the Kenya Chamber of Commerce, Industry and Agriculture. I'm the MD CEO, Responsible Leaders Concept Limited. But of all of the things I do in life, the only thing I want to be remembered for. The young boy who met God and he used everything God gave him to fight poverty. Used everything God gave him to help people to kick out poverty in their lives. And that is why we created an organization called Poverty Fighters Squad. Hello? Poverty Fighters Squad. So we're using different systems to empower people. I'm giving you this background, so when I begin to vibrate, you will know where I'm coming from. Wow. You will know where I'm coming from. Because the devil that is tormenting this nation will eventually be defeated. God punish that devil that keeps you in bondage. God punish that devil that keeps saying the young people will not fulfill their potential. God punish that devil that is putting your destiny in the cage of life. British government. So it is a battle that all of us must fight. And you don't do that in gentility. You cannot. That no man can ever break free being a gentleman. It's not a gentleman's business. It's a fight, it's a battle. So I will not run it. Gentleman, not this crazy people. Gentleman, you are Victoria, Satan, Aluta, 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 continua, Victoria, Satan, Victoria, Satan, Victoria, 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 Satan, Nigeria must be great. Nigeria must be great. Nigeria, Nigeria, Nigeria must be great. Let's pull it down. But we're not pulling it down. We're not pulling it down. You know the way they fight devil in America is different from the way they fight it in Nigeria. If you go to America and they say, devil, we ask you to get out. But when you go to Nigeria, somebody shout hallelujah. In this country, ladies and gentlemen, I came here to let you know that the problem we have in our hands is not the leaders, it's not the government, it's you seated here. That the problem we have. Because the only definition of madness is doing same thing, same way, repeatedly, and expecting different results. Same thing, same way, repeatedly, and expecting different results. It cannot give you different results. So let me say up front, before I even start talking, that the topic you sent to me, breaking the jinx, if you want to break the jinx for 2023, you are lying and deceiving yourself. If it's that breaking jinx is for 2023, which is next year, right? It's deception. It's deceiving ourselves. It's already late. It's gone. Forget about it. So I will start by telling you a bit of myself, but let me just ignore that because of time. There are 3 layers of power in the world, anywhere in the world. 3 layers of power. Number 1 is economic power. The second one is social power. And the third one, anybody can guess? Political power. Please clap for yourself. Number one, economic power. Number two, social power. Number three, political power. Now I discovered, and that's formed my decision for 2023. I made up my mind that I'm never going to put my mouth in 2023 election. I will never put my mouth. I'm not discussing it. I'm not supporting anybody. I'm not talking about it. For the respect I have for the alternative council, that's why I came here to even talk about this. Because it is so evident now that the political class has a structure, they have a system that will perpetually put people in bondage. And the worst bondage to be in life is the economic bondage. So they make sure that you go hungry for 3 years, 3.5 years, like it has been since 2019. So they may ensure that you don't have access to economic power. So the money is not in your pocket. You can't do great things. And so, down maybe 6 months to election, what happens? They begin to release money. 20,000, 10,000, 100,000. So they will be calling all of you, go and set up programs, host people, so that they can talk. And the same you will still go back and follow them. Ladies and gentlemen, this madness will stop in your own lifetime. Amen. Oh, you're not getting it. Amen. This madness will stop in your own lifetime. Amen. So you make sure the masses are poor. They weaponized poverty. It's a tool in their hands. And they ensure that you stay on the same spot, you complain about the system, you cry, you shout, you do everything you can do, but no solution anywhere. So you don't have the economic power to even get the social power. The social power is the number of people you command. If you don't have the money, you cannot command anybody. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. President, can I say it to you? That if you call people and you say you get 100,000 naira for attending this program, how many people will I get today? Just imagine. If I tell you that there is a program on this day in this venue and 100,000 for participants, you alone, sir, how many people will you call? You first ask me, say, is it for me alone or anybody? Is it general? So they know this system. They know it that from the time of Macaulay and it's the same system they keep using. And nobody will get up amongst us to say, look, can we sit down and tell ourselves the truth? It's that giving. It's the structure, it's the tool they have in their hands to make sure that you are those are, upstairs, and you just follow them. Now they're releasing the money. You see different meetings everywhere now. The hotels are bubbling, not because you have played their system. They are playing their game on their pitch, and so you don't have access to the social power, the number of people. So the political people have mastered this game very well in collaboration with spiritual fathers. And I will say it anywhere, I'm also a pastor. But you see, I did the analysis and I saw what the game these people are playing. So the number of people you have in your command is what determines what you get out of politics. Hey, you're not getting it. The number of money you have in your pocket determines the number of people you command. The number of people you command determines what you get out of politics. And so the economic power leads to social power, and the social power leads to political power. And because you don't even get the first one right, you don't have the economic power, you cannot control the people. And so that is what they use as spiritual people for. The imams, the pastors. The bigger your churches, the bigger the auditorium, the number of people that form your congregation determines who they call to the meetings. You need to go and see their meetings right now. I attend some of them, and I see the people they are calling. They will not call the small fries who have 50 people, 100 people in their churches. It's the big father. So those ones know that their season will come every 4 years. And so they keep building the big auditorium, putting people in bondage against the next 4 years to negotiate for political power. And so because they have this money to build the big auditoriums, they command the social power. And the social power gives them access to the political power. Why do you think the churches are not solving poverty problem? Is it that they don't have the capacity to? They are buying lands to build auditoriums. Everybody is buying land to build. Hello. Our imams, our pastors buy lands to build churches, to build schools. Dangote buys the same land to build fertilizers plant, to build sugar, to build salt, to build. When we finish praying in the auditorium built on the land we bought, we will go to look for food. Where? On Dangote. When we finish, when our children graduate from their schools, they go to who to look for jobs? They go to Dangote. So the economy, they make sure that you don't have access to that economic power. And that's what has been running by years. And that is where we are right now. So it's late for you to even think you can break the chains. It's already late. It's not for 2023. Ladies and gentlemen, the only thing you can do to break these chains is for all of you to get yourselves together and say, you know what, we now know your secret. Both the religious fathers and the political class, you're working together to make sure that not many people prosper in life. And so the same system can continue again and again. You must fight. And when I say fight, I'm not saying physical fight. I've had it again and again, NSAS. What happened after NSAS? Wasted destinies. Many people died. You just wasted people. And so you wake up in the morning, all you want to do is to call people out to go and die. You don't have the economic power to even fight. So they will kill you, waste you, and finish your destiny. You cannot keep doing the same thing again and again and you expect different results. ASU has been on strike for how many months now? Eh? When did they start going on strike? Can you remember? Before I was born. The same thing. So when they are hungry, they cry like children. Mommy. The mommy will give them food. Federal government will give them food. What do? They will go back. They will go back and start sleeping again. And none of them, they call themselves professors, doctors, none of them will stand up one day and say, sir, we need to go on the conference. Let's go on retreat and say to ourselves, this strike will be the last strike in Nigeria. What do we do to empower ourselves? How do we set up a new system that can ignore these wicked people or even take over the government? Nobody is thinking that. So when they're hungry, they cry. The government gives them money, they go back. When that money finishes, what happens? They start crying again. Hungry again. So they will call them now, they give them money, they go back again. Ladies and gentlemen, what is wrong with our species? How are we formed How are we created? Young man, able-bodied man, like your mentor, will wake up in the morning and he said all he wants to do is to fight government. You carry placards and you go on the streets, killing some people, wasting some people, and you say Buhari must go. Buhari must go where? Where is he going? Has his father gone anywhere? Have you seen any political leader resign in Africa? So on what basis? You know you're fighting a lost battle. So why are you fighting it in the first instance? Why can't we mobilize ourselves and say, you know what? In my village, the little clout I have, the little relationship I have all over the world, I will use it to turn my village to Dubai. Imagine Showore turns his village to Dubai. Mogadu turns his village to Canada. Just his village. Don't do states. Don't do states. Just your village. And who is the other person calling himself young people? You know, all these young people who have access to international community, turn your villages to pocket, small development. Will we be at the level we are right now? No. And so I'm challenging you. The jinx is in your hands to be broken. You're the only one who can stop this madness. You're the only one who can say to them, enough is enough. You're the only one who has the capacity to stand and say, from 2024, 2023, things will change. So you cannot change in 2023 already. I will be insensitive. I will be a wicked man to say to you, don't collect their money for 2023. In actual fact, some of you have planned how many cars you're going to buy from 2023. Some of you, you mapped out your strategy, how you're going to collect from Tinubu to Otunba to you already know you're going to collect from all of them. Some of you will buy houses from all of them. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm saying to you, why do you allow them to divide us? Now they've divided us already. You have 5 ruling camps. It should be Tinubu, it should be Showore, it should be Atiku. I will advise you strongly. Collect the much you can collect this year. Collect their money, collect the cars, collect whatever it is they are bringing. But for the sake of your next generation, for the sake of your children, put yourself together immediately after 2023 and create a new system that will strategically empower your people. The young people in this country, how many of you can give me 1 million naira now? I say give me 1 million naira. Empower yourselves to the point that you can control the social system and then you control the political system. The power is in your hands. If I have my way, listen, and I'm going to end up this. If I have my way, I will say to you, let us ignore them in 2023. Let them do their politics themselves. Let them do the election themselves. Let them do the campaign themselves. Is that possible without the youth? Is that possible without the youth? Then is it possible you can mobilize yourself to that level? I said none of us will be found in their rallies. None of them will go there to beat drums for them. None of them will. I mean, in fact, we are not interested. We are not voting. We're not fighting because we know you will kill us. So we're not fighting you. What we're saying is that we are not interested. And they just look at it, let them do whatever, let them vote themselves, let them count their elections themselves, whatever, call yourself whatever. Then you start mobilizing yourself. I don't know if you can mobilize yourself is by economic power. Gain the economic power, you will control the social power, and then the political power will easily fall into your hands. God bless you.
Thank you. Like I say,
start by having speech first. I actually know that at the end of the speech, he would have set the tone and the strategic pathway for the other subsequent conversation today. Please let's appreciate once again Councillor Dr. Edward for his
Only
assignment.
program ìjàdù, how the program ìjàdù? President,
The problem is
congratulations.
not the president after all. The president is not our governors. The problem, not our sorry, is you and I who are standing here. If you recall when we started this event, we've made it clear that you are our special guest. You are our VVIP. And if you are VVIP, and our guest speaker is saying that we, the people, are the problem, that means that we have to look at it carefully. How exactly we, the people, really evolve the system, a democratic system that we will be proud of, that will be fair, that will be credible, and that will produce the kind of leaders we aspire for. Just as we had our guest speakers session, the mother of the day walked in. Mother of the day is an executive director at